In 2003, Pennsylvania would be exposed to one of the most bizarre crimes in recent history. A pizza delivery man would attempt to rob a bank with an explosive collar around his neck. After being surrounded by police, he would plead with them to defuse the explosive, claiming someone had forced him into the collar and that it was set to explode if he did not complete a list of tasks in the given time. Police were confused and unsure of what to do next, but the pizza man's time was running out. Brian Douglas Wells was a 46-year-old man who dropped out of high school and became a pizza delivery boy. Kids, stay in school. He worked at Mamma Mia Pizzeria in Erie, Pennsylvania for 30 years. 30 years, man. That's some serious dedication. Like, I thought I loved pizza, but this guy was in the business of pizza for longer than I have been alive. This guy must have been a pizza expert, a pizza genius. Meanwhile, here I am, a pizza idiot, making shitty YouTube videos. Damn, kids. Remember when I said stay in school? Fucking forget it. What do I know? I'm just a pizza dumbass. I'm a pizza shit. Wells' employers considered him a valued and trusted employee, but little did they know, Wells was planning a little side hustle to make some extra money. Wells had been planning an elaborate heist with Marjorie Dale Armstrong and Kenneth Barnes. The heist would begin on the afternoon of August the 28th, 2003. Barnes placed an order for 2 pizzas a few miles away from the pizzeria. This signalled to Wells that the game was on, and Wells drove out to meet with Barnes and his accomplices. However, when he did, he learned there'd been a change of plans. Wells was going to rob the bank by himself with a bomb locked around his neck. Ah yes, the old spicy necklace switcheroo. Oldest trick in the book. It was at this point Wells realised he fucked up. Obviously, he didn't want to partake in this scheme, and he tried to wrestle with the men and flee. A handgun was fired into the air, causing Wells to comply. They attached the bomb collar, gave Wells a homemade shotgun walking stick, Jesus Christ, look at that, and a list of 4 tasks to complete lest the bomb blow up, the bank robbery being the first. Wells was to leave the bank with $25,000. Okay, so already you can probably tell that this plan has way too many moving parts. It's like something out of one of those bank robbery movies where they spend years planning every detail of this really complicated heist. Only here the robber just found out the plan like 10 minutes beforehand, and also he doesn't actually really want to do it. Like, a plan this convoluted should really have a more solid foundation. Like, you wouldn't attempt to build a house of cards on a table with 2 fucking legs. Wells entered the bank with the cane, or the shotgun, and demanded the money. You can probably guess how much success he had. There was no way this harebrained scheme was ever going to end well. Police quickly intervened, at which point Wells informed them that 3 unnamed men had forced him into the explosive collar and demanded he complete the 4 tasks. Put yourself in the police's shoes at this point. What do? You can't approach him because he claims he's got a bomb on him, and you're not really sure if he's like a victim in all of this or what. It's understandable they'd be confused. They eventually called the bomb squad 30 minutes later. What? 30 minutes later? You couldn't have been that confused. What were they doing in all that time? Like, if you left a paper bag with the word bomb on it in the middle of the street today, they'd be all over that like flies on shit. You're telling me this guy very clearly had something strapped to his neck and was screaming about how it would explode and kill him, and it didn't occur to you to get the bomb squad involved any sooner? Look at his fucking walking stick shotgun. This guy isn't fucking around. By this time, there was live news coverage of the event. Barnes and Dale Armstrong were watching shit hit the fan live on TV. They decided that dead men tell no tales and remotely detonated the device, killing Wells instantly. Yes, a man really had his head blown off on live TV. Eventually, both Barnes and Dale Armstrong would be caught, and their motives for the heist were truly strange. Dale Armstrong's father's estate had once been valued near $2 million, so she and Barnes hatched a plan to kill him for the inheritance. Okay, fair enough. However, they needed $125,000 to pull this off, and so came up with the bank robbery. So the bank robbery wasn't even the big job, that was just a stepping stone. I'd love to see what they had planned for this guy if they needed that much money to kill him. Like if they could get a guy to wear an explosive collar and wield a walking stick shotgun, what could they put together with all that money? I'm honestly a little disappointed in the authorities for not giving these guys a pass for creativity alone. They should have let them go just long enough to see what kind of crazy shit they were going to pull in the assassination attempt. I genuinely want to know what they could do with the right resources. Were they going to shoot this guy into space or something? In 2008, Kenneth Barnes pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 45 years in federal prison for his role in the bank robbery and use of a destructive device during a crime of violence. In 2010, Marjorie Diehl Armstrong was found guilty of participating in the crime and was sentenced to life plus 30 years.